Oh, let me change. Got to put on something musical. Let me see. Let's see if I got one for factory records. No, that ain't gonna work. Let me change that. Let me see. Hey, what's up, man? 1 second. I'm waiting on trying to get myself together back here. I guess I'll just pick this one. Give a few minutes to populate here. I know what I'll do. I wonder if I can put the Bearshare or the Napster in here. Let me see. No. Edit. Change. Let's see. Peer-to-peer. I know I got an avatar for that. There it is. Boom. Okay. Let's see if I can get this right. Hey, Donna. Hey. Hey. I'm trying to get my SHIT together. Trying to get my head and my ass wired together. Let's see what this one looked like. See if it get the whole cat in there. Close enough. Good enough. Hey. I'm waiting on you know who, as usual. Supasly75. I sent him the link already. Because he just finished his stream. I didn't know we was gonna do that, so we done that one here. Did y'all get a notification? I ain't even got a notification yet. Imagine that, right? Don't take it. Hey, Napster, and I used Bearshare actually more than Napster, but I like Napster too. Bearshare was how do you say Bearshare was more they both were good, but Bearshare was more user friendly, if you will. I mean, for lack of better, I don't know how else to say it. You know, Massive Dynamic ain't sent me my link yet to let me know I'm live, but apparently I am live because I'm talking to you guys. But man, they something else. You figure the first person would get the notification would be my chump ass. You think? You figure the first person would get the notification. I just got it. I'll be dang. There you go. Okay. Now, let's do some finagling here. Let me do some house cleaning, y'all. Give me a hot second. Ba-bum. Let me change that. Upload thumbnail. How y'all doing tonight, man? I was like, man, I've been saying I'm gonna do this one, and I'm like, man, I need to go ahead and do this. I've been saying I'm gonna do this for the longest, and I hadn't done it, so I'm like, let me go ahead and just get this out of the way. Okay. YouTube been acting strange today, y'all. Y'all pardon me while I do some house cleaning, get all this set. Standard license, entertainment. Okay, save. Oh, dang. Okay, let's go back. Sliding in. Yeah, then he gonna tell me. Okay, I'm ready for my close up now. I sent him the link. Oh, there he is. Now he heard me. He laughing. There he is.
Hey.
I was just putting him on. I'm ready for my close up. Man, what's up? Hey, who was the young lady?
Lee. She's a subby. But she, finance, real estate, former, lived in Atlanta. So we just had been conversing and, in the comments or whatever. And I was like, hey, she said something that I knew what she was talking about. So I'm like, I want to pick your brain about some things. We were supposed to do this like 6 months ago. And she kind of got.
You worse than me. I was, no, I'm worse than you because I was only supposed to do this in February. So.
Yeah, because some people kind of get cold feet when they're dealing with us there because you're on the other side of the camera. It's like now you kind of open yourself up for criticisms. Now people's like,
I tell people your first couple of streams, turn your camera off because then it's just your voice, so you ain't got to worry about all that other stuff. Okay, so she's a real estate. She's a Erica Williams.
Yeah, she just moved to DC. So her history is art history. Smart chick. So she knows some.
And she seems like a pretty smart cookie.
Yeah, she's daddy's girl. So yeah.
I mean, boy,
about those.
I know I got them. So, bruh, I sent it to the Bronx Goon, but I don't. I sent it to him and the misanthropic one. So
the white man got him.
White man got his foot on his head.
Yeah.
Man, bro, wait a minute. Let me get my headphones so I can turn the volume up a little bit. There they are. I used the little ones. I go small today, bruh. Oh, I got a.
I was about to say a nice shirt. Yeah,
dude. I got two. I got a true Euro one that I bought. I bought that one when I was overseas.
Okay.
And then I got the one here, the United States one, the real one.
Gotcha.
I'm scared to wear it. I mean, I done wore it a few times, but that was back then, but now it's you know what I mean? I can't replace it. So
Gotcha.
So if something happens to it, I'm assed out. So that's why I don't wear it. I just wear this one. A lot of people don't know. The DJs know, but still to this day, the number one top 12-inch single in music history is New Order's Blue Monday.
Okay.
To this day. Ain't that something? And then I heard people go, I ain't never heard of that. I'm like, you heard it. You probably just didn't know what you was.
Oh, they done turned that thing into house and club tracks. And I mean,
everybody has done it. Yeah. And then I tell people, I said, okay, I can't sing. I said, but okay, how does it feel to treat me like you do?
Yeah.
When you, and then they go, oh yeah.
They know when they hear it. That's right.
Yeah. And I said, yeah, that's it. Blue Monday.
Yeah.
But Sly, y'all know I'm gonna get him, right?
I didn't do it, but
no, I'm just playing. Cause hell, I can't think of nobody better to ask than you, because I know how it affected my side, because I was a bootlegger at the, even though, but let me get this out of the way too. Because analytics, even Bearshare would show what the main number one thing that was
That's
uploaded from you do. Then look how long ago that was. I had a standalone music server then.
okay.
Standalone. Wasn't even, I'd have to plug my laptop into it and I'd go to bed or go to work or whatever so people could upload, stuff, because I had that much. But the thing is, they were records and CDs and tapes that I bought.
Okay.
They were already in my repertoire, and I just ripped them, because some records I got and some reel to reels, well, I don't want to mess it up. So, I just ripped it to digital, and I'll burn it to a CD or whatever the hell, so I didn't mess up the original vinyl or nothing like that. So my upload analytics was off the charts compared to my
your downloads. Yeah.
And so that's why they ain't screw with me. I don't know. But I download stuff. I used it for sampling, Sly, to see if, because it's a, Sly and the Slashmatics. And I'm like, I ain't never heard of Sly and the Slashmatics. So I'll get the one and I'll listen to it. And then I'll make a, like, hey, that's pretty okay. Or I don't think I can flip that one, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
So that's the way I used peer-to-peer, P2P. That's the way I use Bearshare and Napster. I never used LimeWire. I was Kazaa, then LimeWire. For real?
Yeah.
You was cracking it.
Listen.
Don't incriminate. Well, wait a minute. We're past. It's more than 7. Yeah, it's past 7 years. Good. So we're good. You was lighting them up.
Yeah. I had to take my computer in every couple of months because of the viruses that would come with the files, but it was worth it to me.
Man, just buy that McAfee.
See, and that for like a lot of us that are younger than you, that was like our first foray into like the internet to a certain extent. Like, I mean, I dealt with the Black Planets and all that extra shit, and like MCI was still big, but like the file sharing, that was like a lot of us first actual foray into, what the internet is now as far as P2P, and like all those things you couldn't get, movies you couldn't get. Honestly, for Kazaa, a lot of porn was on Kazaa, so like a lot of people would go to Kazaa for porn, all the porn, the sites and all the files, you know what I'm saying?
I can't fuck with that.
But yeah, LimeWire and Bearshare is what most people went to for the music and the movies. So yeah.
And somehow Napster became the face. I don't know if that was because of the lawsuit or what, but they made Napster the face of of the deal there. Oh, hey y'all, if y'all help a small YouTuber out and hit the like for me on the way in. Likes is free. They don't cost nothing. Like I said, I know what it meant for me from my side, because you in the music business, even though you weren't a mixtaper, what you would feel like if somebody sold you an audio tape and the quality wasn't good. See, so how I had to use it, I would listen because something I ain't heard of, or I mean, because you don't want, because back then, hell, a CD, even back then, a CD was $15, $15, $16. And I'm like, You know what I mean? And then I buy a CD and it's trash, or I only got one good track
One
or
or two
maybe
good
two.
And that was the basis of Napster, because people got tired of paying $15 to $16. You get this elaborate packaging. You had styrofoam in it, and you get the CD, and you bought it basically for the single. If it didn't come with a maxi single or its own separate single by itself, but you basically were running the risk of buying. You spent $15 for one song basically, and people got tired of it. That was part of the backlash, So
yeah, music was getting kind of trashy. It was starting to fall off, and music, to me, the studio engineers, they were getting too slick. That sound was just getting just a little too slick for me. Like, I'm like, let the music cut through the mix, man.
Mm-hmm.
Let it. I mean, look, if she can't sing, she shouldn't be in the studio. I mean, if he can't sing, he shouldn't be in the studio. Why should you making a supposedly a musical album where you're singing and the star of the show is the Rolling 808? I mean, that's you may as well have made a dance trackers, you know what I mean, or something like that. If the 707, 808, 909 or the Casio is the lead of the show, you know what I mean, you're not singing.
Right.
So and that's just me. But anyway, I'd look at a couple and I get this. I'm like, okay, that sounds good. And I listen to another one. Okay, that sounds good. So then I'd spring for the CD because I can flip it.
Yeah.
Because now I can add it to my mixtapes and my mix CDs, and I can sell, because a lot of time the quality that I'm getting from the download, somebody is 96 kilobyte. 112 kilobytes. It don't sound good, but if it sounds good enough, then just for that, I know that record is going to sound a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I would spend the money, spend that 16, 17, 18 with tax, depends on where you at, so I can get that, because I can chop it, I can sell it, I can play this at my next party deal, because that's why I used to, dude. I would DJ parties for free just to sell CDs,
okay,
and tapes, because I wasn't known and good enough and available enough, because I had a regular job. I had a job. I mean, Now I ain't have to worry about overtimes and all that other shit, because you was the puppet for the white man. I sure the fuck was. Mr. Keller was that dude. What, Nick, they say you you're taking off at about 2:00 Friday? Yeah. Okay. You be back Monday? Yeah, I'll be okay. And people, how come I can't get off? Because you suck. Because you don't put it in when you on the clock. But anyway, and I would DJ parties for next to nothing, and sometimes nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And towards the end, how you have your little break in between, people want to chill, go get their drinks and all that other stuff. I would put in my TCD, and I ain't doing nothing. And I'd already mixed it. I'd already cut it down and and it's everything. And how people. Then I got people like Sly come up. Whose CD is that?
Well,
it's mine.
Well, yeah, at one point the label would hire guys from the street that knew the bootleggers. And they will point them out and go deal with them that way. But I mean, that's a twofold thing. Like you see the demand is there, but you want it to go through the right pipeline, because at the end of the day, everybody wants to get their cut. Which I find it funny now. Kind of have a repeat now here on YouTube, because all you hear are YouTubers playing other people's music, right? And then when YouTube says stop that, copyright strike or demonetize, it's like, well, YouTubers, no, because obviously you people have never sat down and created anything musically for anybody to want to use, and and for them to take and you not get properly compensated for it. It's the same thing. Like the repeat of it is it's just here on YouTube now for the most part.
Sly know more about music engineers than I do. I know a handful of people, but
no,
that's
I only know a couple.
Yeah.
I only know a couple I've been privy to. So, yeah.
I know a few, but I mean from the old days, Napster, Bearshare, LimeWire changed the music business for the better. Okay, okay, let's get into that. All right, Guru says it changed for the better. Now, the music business, there's two sides. Well, actually, it's three sides because at you got the record label, right? You have the artist,
Hmm.
and then you have the consumer. And see, without the consumer, those other two elements are useless
Hmm.
because you got to sell that music to somebody.
That's right.
So, do you think? Because what me and you messaged last night, I think they dropped the ball. I think they missed a golden opportunity.
Oh yeah.
But I won't poo poo. I won't pee in the pool here. Do you think that just like Guru said, that it's better that it hurt the industry or it helped it?
It hurt to the point where the labels had to kind of reassess how they did things. So now what you did was you put the artist even more into a box. So now if we can't get the money out your music, we're going to take it from your touring, your merchandise. If you do appearances on TV shows and films, we're going to take money off of that as well. So you kind of force the label to kind of, even be more
Heavy-handed on the artist.
Yeah, the artist. I mean, the content demand was fair, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Sean Fanning, what he did was so ahead of his time. Nobody was prepared for this type of shit. Now you see labels are more acquiesced to streaming. They pay paltry on the streaming sites, but now it's like, okay, they count streamings for sales. You know what I'm saying? But it's still such minuscule amounts of money, and what determines what a platinum or a gold stream is. But I mean, Sean Fanning, he was too ahead of his time, and he was too dangerous for the labels. They were making too much money the old way, and when you know what happens when you come busting the game, the changers tables, they up in the changers tables, it's a problem.
Yeah. You're right. I mean, yeah, when you at the blackjack table and they change dealers on you while you already got your chips on the table. You whoa, what are you doing? You're breaking my chi here. I'm used to his. You know what I mean? Yeah, I get it.
And remember, towards the end of Napster, they started charging a service fee. It was too late at that point. Now, had they implemented a service fee of $1 or whatever a month or the labels might have been like, okay, at least we're getting something. But the fact that they brought in the service fee towards the end, it was too late. Like, you forced the label to become an 8-headed monster as opposed to it being a 4-headed monster. It just evolved to compensate for this new technology. But credit to Sean Fanning. But at the end of the day, the labels are always going to win. You're not going to outwin the labels.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
It seemed like you gotta. It's just like back in our racing days, we as drag racing say, look, the quicker car doesn't always win.
Mm-hmm.
And people are like, what does that mean? I mean, I done seen some. I mean, if you're in the racing, I mean, with me and my bud Irv C, he might be in here somewhere. He had the fastest car out of all of us. It was 5 of us.
Mm-hmm.
His car was I had the slowest car at an 11-second street car. My car, people like, wait a minute,
that's still pretty quick, man.
People have no idea how fast that is. Because I tell them, you got Z06 Corvette, right? Yeah. 6-speed, right? Yeah. X amount of horsepower, right? Yeah. Comes in 3 colors, blue, and blue. That's it. With that one white stripe over. Yeah. Fast motherfucker, right there. Hell yeah. I said, dude, you know what? I'll drag that son of a bitch from the dealership to the corner with that car right there. That, my friend, is a 13-second car, which is fast. People have no idea how fast a 13-second car is.
Yeah.
Street car, AC, radio, that is fast. I said, this is an 11-second car. But by the time he's shifting from 4th to 5th, I'm going through the lights. Dude, I'm telling you, them guys come out there with they new Corp, and we sitting there, we giggling because we know we gonna gas their asses. And I'm sitting, bah! let go my trans brake. I can't see the track because the wheels is off the ground.
Wheels up off the ground.
I can't see the track. Bam, shift. Bam, bam, shift. 6200. Bam, shift light. Bam, shift. Through 1109, 1112s, 1115. Car start getting hot. It slows down. But whatnot. People have no idea. Anyway, they got out the gate. I think the music industry, I think the labels were blindsided by peer-to-peer.
Yeah.
I think so. And so I think it was, I think they had to worry about, oh crap, because they were so far ahead of them. And so I think it's a combination of things. There's putting out crappy productions.
Mm-hmm.
You strong arming everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And because then the internet, because I just left TX Connect and went to work for Keller Construction.
Okay.
And every blue moon, hey, can you help me out? You know what I mean? And I'd still go back and they, he kicked me some coins, you know what I mean? Because the only thing I was working on was the email servers. Mm-hmm. That's it. But Sly, I got access to 6 T1 lines. Do you know how fast we would tell?
I have an idea.
Zing! I was doing it on my time and my dime, so it ain't like I was,
Yeah.
But because I wasn't gonna give up my few $100 a week over that. But I think by the time I think the horse was halfway around the track before Sony and you know what I mean, and Columbia and Casablanca and Def Jam. The horse was halfway around the track and they went, oh shit, and they trying to play catch up.
Well, yeah, they disrupted the supply chain. And the artists like Metallica, even though I'm still mad at Metallica, but I understand their money. And
I'm a big Metallica fan, but Lars, he just. But anyway,
they had to go where their bread was buttered, and if the old way, the old supply chain way, was your only, you know what I'm saying? Like, I guess people couldn't wrap their heads around what peer-to-peer really meant down the road. Everyone was reacting, knee-jerk reaction after the here and now. All they understood was like, we're not getting paid for these records being illegally downloaded. That's all they cared about.
They couldn't see the long. They couldn't see
exactly. So I understand why Metallica did what they did, but in hindsight, which is easy for me to sit here and say, well, they should have gone with the fans and forced the labels and got with other artists to say, hey, there's a new paradigm shift. We need to embrace it. So when it comes back again with streaming, now everybody's like, okay, let's sit down and talk. How do we work this out? Same thing with the films. Now you see the movies have either same day date release dates on PVOV, or they have 45-day windows before it goes to streaming after it leaves the theaters. So now they have to readjust everybody's contracts to account for streaming now. So now everyone's like, okay, what do you guys want?
Man,
I feel bad that Sean will never get mentioned the way he should have. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a progenitor of all this.
Yes, but most people don't get into all that stuff. I do.
Yeah.
I do. And but man,
honestly, it was scary times. If you think about it, it was like, this is unheard of. Like, we can get whatever we want for free.
Yeah. And some people, now granted, I will admit, some people just got too carried away.
Oh yeah.
Too carried away.
Yeah.
But just the way I saw it, I think the ones that was doing the most, that was just doing just the freaking most, they ain't going to no concerts anyway. They ain't spending concert money anyway. They ain't spending, they wasn't going to buy this album anyway. But a lot of us was, okay, it's like, you got this the only Parliament album you didn't have was Glory, Holla Stupid, or Pin the Tail on the Funky.
Yeah.
That's the only album you a Parliament fan.
Yeah.
So you would wind up listening to some of them off of there, and you like it, and then the next time your ass go to the rec, you probably buy it.
Yeah.
So which you wouldn't have probably bought it, because there's a whole bunch of stuff I wouldn't have bought if it wasn't for Napster and Bearshare for me to get to listen, or it was somebody that was in the game with me. And there's something else, y'all. Sly can tell you this. In the music business, you notice how artists revere each other regardless of their race, or whether they had a mama in the house or daddy or this, that, and other. People love B.B. King. People love Ray Charles. People love Michael Jackson. People love John Lennon. I mean, you know, man, hell, you like, man, the black dude's like, it's Paul McCartney and John Lennon.
Yeah.
Some of the hoodest Negroes you can meet. But the thing is, in the music business, and don't play the same instrument. Well, all of y'all play like me. Wait a minute, you're a bass player? Yeah, you're a bass player. And I'm like, yeah. And people like, you know who that is? I say, yeah, that's Lemmy Kilmister, Motorhead. And you know who I am? Yeah, you're a bass player. Yeah, play something. He's a real bass player. There you go. And then, but you just, it don't mean nothing. You know, y'all just happen to be at this. You're invited to this thing called Sound City. You know, us local guys that were, they know who you were. They'd invite you. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And that's how I got it. That's how I got in, y'all. And Sly let me get gypped for $1,200 for studio tracks.
You didn't think you weren't thinking down the road. We're thinking establishing relationships.
I wasn't thinking right. I wasn't thinking.
Well, it's funny because I just had my buddy Laz. She called me, songwriter that used to write for Jerkin. She was like, hey, you know any producers that can play? I was like, yeah. She called me today. I called my guy. I said, hey, my buddy needs someone that can play on the keys. I said, y'all hook it up. I don't want nothing out of it. They hooked it up. They're flying him down to Houston next week to do 2 songs for this chick's project. Nice. I mean, yeah, it's musicians, man. Like, I don't, it is what it is.
Yeah, but you're right. But the vultures at the top, them gargoyles just sitting off on the corners of these giant stone archaic buildings and whatnot, they don't care.
Right.
They're gargoyles.
Yeah.
But I saw it then. I paid towards the end. I paid for my subscription. I bought it because it meant that much to me, and it went away anyway. But at least I still had higher quality access to higher quality streams, because those downloads were clean. Mm-hmm. They were real clean, and it was worth every penny. Right now, there's well, you probably know this. I'm gonna put it in here for everybody. MP3V8. I have no connection to these people. I have nothing. I just use them. Okay. But you got to say that because people are sweeping down. You get something on the back end. Yeah. And I'm not. I just like to share. I just like to share info.
Okay.
Where that's kind of like, it's free, but you got to pay. But it's like this, like Sly, you would go, let's say you looking at, I want Red Hot Chili Peppers album, whatever the fuck, right? Mm-hmm. And you go on there and you find it, because everything ain't on there, but it's a whole bunch of stuff on there. And I've just picked that one out of the blue. Red Hot Chili Peppers, Californication album. Mm-hmm. You can download the album. It may be 20 cents a track. Or 50 cents a track, or you can download the whole album for $2.80 or some shit.
Yeah.
You download it. It's compressed, you decompress it and whatnot. Mm-hmm. Boom. And here you got 160 kilobyte per second, clean track, and it's legal. Now, they say it on their thing, MP3A, they get the small, even though it's their server, they get because I guess it goes to the label. I'm quite sure now that I listen to you and hook up with you, it's probably just going straight to the label. I'm thinking.
Yeah, so the publishers, their job is they go out and to the different regions and basically collect the monies that's owed for the songs being played. So every song has an encoder tag to it, if it's properly encoded, so they can track where the song is being played throughout the world. So every quarter they go collect the information, the data to where it's been played, calculate how much has been generated, and then they just divvy out the portions accordingly to your publishing contract, your producer's contract, the label you know what I'm saying? So that's what the publishing companies do. You know, BMI, CSAC, it was mainly overseas, and ASCAP. You know, so yeah. But to your point, there's a lot of overseas companies that release the songs that you never heard mixes to, and you can pay for them as well too. So a lot of like a Red Hot Chili Peppers mix I never heard existed, was only released overseas. You can go over to those servers and be like, I've never heard, let me pay for that and get that. And so yeah, it's so expansive now, you know. But man, the growing pains for that 10-15 years of fighting with between artist, label, consumer, like it birthed a beautiful thing, but goddamn, that 15 years of labor, you know.
it was exciting time in the music thing for me, for not being in the business. I'm just at the edge. I mean, I ain't on the field, I'm in the stadium, I'm in the stands, but I'm soaking it in.
Yeah.
And I think they dropped the ball. But on the other end, on the flip side, I know Lars, dude, I watched it on TV. I watched it live when Lars was going up there and this, that, and other. But you know, notice James Hetfield and everybody else.
He said nothing. Yeah. Cliff said nothing. They used to get
Cliff
booed
Burton,
mercilessly. My God. Yeah.
And you like, Lars, number one, dude, you're not that good of a drummer. So number one, I don't know why people say, look, dude, from a musician standpoint, I ain't dissing Lars. Is he a better drummer than me? Yeah. Want to know why he's a better drummer than me? Because I ain't a fucking drummer. But that's the only reason Lars ain't a better drummer than me. But Lars, you upsetting the whole thing. Dave Mustaine loved it because you know he was a member of Metallica, and they cut him, and he started Megadeth.
Yep.
Somehow, how his label, because I didn't know this label shit then. I didn't know it until I started messing with you. And Truth. How his label allowed them to throw their first two albums on freaking Bearshare and whatnot and do this. Maybe somebody there probably fell under the knife, but they saw the long game. And Megadeth's record sales went through the roof.
Went through the roof, yeah, sure did.
Megadeth, because people stopped. I don't want to go see Metallica. You know what I'm saying? They fighting us. Hey, Megadeth is coming the week after Metallica, and you got $300. Now you gonna during that time period, were you gonna go see Metallica? Or were you gonna go see Megadeth?
Yeah, Megadeth. Yeah.
For the younger kids that rebelling and and all this other stuff, that meant a lot to them. And Megadeth's, and I said, because I was like, I wasn't that smart then, but I was like, ooh, this is bad. Megadeth, you giving it away? Ain't nobody gonna buy. Megadeth sold out Anaheim, California, sold out Las Cruces, sold out. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
But I didn't have that business acumen then. I just didn't. Look, man, I'm selling tapes, and I work for a general contractor construction guy that taught me how to operate a damn crawler on the weekend and for free. You know, I'm working for free, but next thing I know, I'm one of his highest paid managers and shit 6 years later and whatnot. But I'm still flipping them dick. Dude, I got to the point I couldn't make them fast enough.
Okay.
I mean, people I didn't even know, but that was the party thing. That's what I'm saying. That's why I would DJ for cheap or for next to nothing, depending on the crowd size.
Gotcha.
And I do it for nothing. Cause I got 50 CDs in the trunk of my car, and I leave and they all gone.
Mm-hmm.
So I got paid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, in a way, I got paid. But on the flip side, yeah, Lars is mad. Yeah, Judas Priest was mad. Not getting on TV mad, but Judas Priest was mad. Motley Crue was mad. What's his name? Nikki Sixx.
Well, you gotta remember, these were the biggest selling bands. These guys were selling 10, 15 million copies an album, and and you couldn't write it. What do you you know?
I ain't mad that they got mad. You know, I'm not mad that they got mad, but I'm like, but you figure they would have watched what Dave Mustaine did and went, hey, you know what I'm saying? That worked. You would have think that they would have, but then you looking like a phony because you was railing against it, and then flip. And before I forget, that was a trip that finally watched before Napster went down, that you could buy Metallica's album on Napster.
Yeah,
that was so poetic. And you think maybe then that was Lars and all them guys wake up call, like, wait a minute, our label sold us that. You know what I'm saying? Now you got me up here. I'm being your mouthpiece because what? No record exec. I don't know who Metallica signed to. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But they ain't down here. Ain't no member of the brass down here. They doing this.
Yeah.
Well, we got us. Okay, Lars, it's your turn. Let's go, son.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they start selling it on Napster, you think Lars was laying at home one night in bed or watching a Napster commercial on TV and go, I think they sold, you know what I mean? I think they used me, you know? I wonder if he they made an example out of this one girl. I can't remember the dollar amount, Slide, but she was a girl. She was a little girl.
But then when you go back over that story, you see how much music she done jacked. It's like, come on, you gotta somebody's gotta fall on the sword for this one.
Yeah, that was crazy. But like I say, but I didn't know anything. I just knew the little bit. Like I said, because me always watch my thing. I mean, this week I downloaded 8 songs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I look at my thing, but people that I done had 800 and some odd, uploads from my deal. And Bearshare, what I like, I don't think Napster could do it, but you could send a person a message. Like if they were the peer-to-peer, like you unload and I see you, and I go, hey, so then you ask, hey, do you got a higher quality one, or do you have the 12-inch version of this? No, I just got the 7-inch. You know what I mean? And you answer back, okay, I'll take. But it was, I guess it was Twitter before Twitter, because it was like 20, like 20 spaces or 25. You couldn't make just this giant freaking thing, you know what I mean? But you could put in little stuff and go back and forth. So I guess it was Twitter before Twitter, built into the Bearshare thing. Oh, you think it was around the mid 5 figures? I don't remember. I just know it was a lot for a kid. It made me cringe.
Well, it was a couple folks that got dealt with. I remember one guy. He was a kid, and the feds came to his house, took his laptop, his computer, and took all that shit. I mean, they made some pretty good examples out of some of these, but the majority of everyone was still just went down. You
can't get them all. It's just too many people.
Yeah.
The small artists, a lot of small artists, a lot of indie artists got discovered because of LimeWire and Napster and we forgot about mp3.com.
Yeah. Well, they understood direct consumer better than anybody. Because the labels is basically just a middleman. So the majority of them understood, let me get this directly to the customer. They were doing this back then. Now everyone's all into direct to consumer. It's like, about 20 years late. I mean, your once Radiohead got out of their contract, they went straight in 9 Inch Nails. Said fuck the labels, we're just straight to consumer. Yeah, so they understood it. Yeah,
man, when Radiohead got out of because I'm a big, huge by large Radiohead fan. I think everybody knows that by my intro music and all that other good stuff. I mean, but I've been to 3 Radiohead. I went to the Amnesiac concert. I've been to the OK Computer concert and the Kid A concert. Them the 3 I've been to, and it's a trip. But when you go to them up north, I see other blacks in there. But down in the south, it's just a handful of us and whatnot. But most of them look like me and the Marquez Brownlees. You know what I mean? Us. What do they call us? Educated. I ain't gonna use the L word. I'm gonna call educated Eddies because ain't nothing lame. They don't know the definition of the word lame.
Yeah.
Because Carrie, you're on the internet. You're on the stream. Okay. She just sent a message about our buddy that on my channel, Mick Sniffer bitch. God. What? I mean. Was he in bad sleep? What, drifting off? You drifting off, and you think I'm gonna call myself, and he Mick Sniffer bitch.
The amount of energy it took to sit there and really brainstorm to come up. I mean, I get it. You want to stand out. You want to stand out.
Oh, you definitely gonna stand out with a screen name, Mick Sniffer bitch. Oh, so you say okay. So the indie artist. Okay, so now. Do you think maybe what's the homeboy name that runs Amazon?
Bezos?
Yeah, Jeff Bezos. You think back then he was like, wait a minute, because he was doing books. I remember when he started, that's all they were doing.
That's all they did, yep.
Strictly books. But I wonder how much his MP3 service on Amazon brings him in. Because I know I've spent some coin on there.
I have too, but
because a lot of time you get a free download when you buy a CD. I'm like, I don't need a free download. I got the damn record. Now, if it's vinyl, I'll take the free download because I can put it in digital format. I ain't got to rip it from my vinyl because, I run it through the mixer and everything. And then I got the sound card and, and I can tinker, with it and whatnot. But I'll just take the the MP3 download and I'll use that. But so he has to be in cahoots with the label. Well, I say cahoots. He got to give them their cuts. What's up, Reg?
Yeah.
You do iTunes. Yeah. iTunes is probably the more popular, I guess. Maybe.
Yeah, anything with legally copyright written music, you're gonna have to get the label their cut. There is no if
and I ain't got no problem with that. Yeah. I don't have no problem with that. I have no problem with that whatsoever. Because they doing whatever the hell, but somebody you gotta pay the piper. I'm from North Carolina and went to a TV on the radio concert. And I was the only black person I saw, which was funny because TV on the radio, lead singer, on the radio's lead singer is black.
That's terrible. That's terrible. Hey, there's me.
Dude, the last Black Sabbath concert I went to, because that's it. The concert was called The End, because that's it. I was kind of upset that Bill Ward didn't play. They had another guy playing. No diss to the drummer that toured with them. He was pretty good, but it's not Bill fucking Ward. I want Tommy Iommi, Bill Ward, Geezer Butler, and Ozzy Osbourne. Ozzy. I'm like, now wait a minute. How does Ozzy talk like that? But when he sing,
whole different thing.
Okay, we're gonna do a song. This is from our second album, Paranoid. And we're gonna what did he say? I speak then I am Iron Man. Heavy bolts of lead fills his victims full of dread. You know, why don't you talk like that? I mean, you can. So it's apparent that you can talk. I mean, what is the?
It's crazy because I used to watch the show on MTV, and he'd be talking like, and Sharon be like, "Yes, what Ozzy was saying was this." I'd just be like, "Oh my god!"
I speak Ozzy. Speak Ozzy. Man, they had the thing on 99.5 Kiss Rock Radio in San Antonio, and they done an Ozzy thing. I literally called in. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I literally call, and I don't never get in nothing. Caller number 3, what's your name? No, what that's a strange name. I mean, yeah, that's my name. What did he say? He said da 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 da. You win, and I got the bumper. It's just a T-shirt and a bumper sticker, and I speak fluent Ozzy, dude. I've been listening to Black Sabbath. That's the thing, having a big brother that went to college, predominantly white college, Michigan State. I mean, back in the 70s, and I'm little, and I get his stuff. I speak Ozzy. I speak Lemmy Kilmister. I mean, I tell people like, what did Lemmy say? That's why, Lemmy and Ozzy was like this.
Yeah.
They was like this because they can't fucking talk, but they understand each other. But Reg Bill Ward, because now when I saw Sabbath, Ozzy had broke up and built, where they split the band apart because Ronnie James Dio took over, Black Sabbath.
That's right.
But he died in Houston. When he passed.
Okay.
Because he was hooked up in the machines and all this other stuff. And he was in Houston. He is in hospital in Houston. But and no diss to Dio, because he the little fella, but he had pipes. Yeah, it out. Yeah, he had them pipes. But the thing is, when you raised on Paranoid and a bit of Finger and Sleeping Village, and you know what I mean, and all this other stuff, I want to hear Brother X. Shout out Brother X.
The voice of your old mamas.
Yeah, he said
black ass mama.
Yeah, he said, hit the like button or I will haunt your black ass mama in her dreams. I love it.
Somebody's gonna take a sound bite and you're gonna hear it somewhere in the major production. You better start copyrighting that shit.
But he worked in radio. That's what he done. Yeah, he worked in radio. But man, I'm telling you, man, every time when he log out, I still listen to. I already know his outro. I done heard it a bazillion times, and I still listen to it all the time. I want to dislike, but you won't let me. Hey, Sly, you see that cat right there?
Yeah, My
first YouTube interview was by him.
Okay.
My very first YouTube interview was by that guy right there. He a pain in the ass. I love him to death though, but he a pain in the ass. My very first, that was my very first time. He's like, man, I gotta get you on the air. I gotta get you on here. And I did. I done it. But it was him. And you may know him by a different name than what he changed it to. I ain't gonna out him, but he changed I'll tell you later.
Okay.
But so, all right, given what we got now, because you got MP3 VA, you got Amazon, and you got iTunes, I guess, where you can buy music. You still have that video somewhere. I think I still have it too. That's a long time ago, but I think I still got it too. I think it's in my laptop. But he outed himself anyway. That's it. Zero Cool.
Okay.
That was his screen. That was his name. Zero Cool. And that's why I always tell people he has zero cool, and they like, who, Dave? I say, yeah, but they don't know his screen name used to be Zero Cool. Me, him, and Ramon. But man, so you think the table is set pretty much? I mean, like, we couldn't come out with Sly P3, you know what I mean, or nothing like that, you know, because now the label I'm thinking from a label side, they'd be like, we don't give a fuck long as we get our cut.
Yeah, that's pretty much all they care about.
But the distribution side
would be, yeah,
Bezos ain't gonna like it, iTunes ain't gonna like it, you know what I mean?
Well, here's the funny thing is, the biggest distributor of music right now is basically in Detroit Selections. Wow.
He rides me so bad about my damn. Hey, but when that chick that said she was a boy and walked into that swimming pool in Iowa and whatnot, because that's what I say. Hey, man, go get your girl. I mean, your boy. I mean, what is it? Go get off of fucking with him, man. Yeah, go get your. You always cracking on Detroit. What y'all doing in Iowa? God damn it. But yeah. So what was you saying?
No, I was saying right now the biggest distributor of music is YouTube. There's not one song you could not find on YouTube. You know, I reckon, I don't think there's not too many versions of different mixes of different songs you cannot find on YouTube as of right now.
Bruh, I got some stuff that I can't find.
Okay.
I mean, not a crap ton. Some of them are mixes.
Mm-hmm.
Now, some of them I got away with. I put them on my Nick's Tunes channels.
Okay.
Some Depeche Mode remixes.
Okay.
Some Shep Pettibone stuff, couple of Razor Maids, and some other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it just flew right through the copyright thing. It just flew through. Then I get an email later on, you know what I mean? Like, hey, so, you know, what they gonna do this and then gotta do that and this, that, and other. Like, I'm surprised they ain't asked me. I'm waiting on that phone call. And there's gonna be that strange voice. Hello? I need to speak to Nick Taylor. You sound familiar. I'm from the record industry. Who the hell gave you that remix? You weren't supposed to play that, you coon. Oh boy. Yeah, you're right, Reg. Yeah. It's not like, oh, now that's something else. This was the biggest travesty of the 90s right there. MTV.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
you're not a fan of it? No.
No, I mean, dude, I remember the launch. I was, you know,
it was huge. It was a big deal. And for those that didn't have the cable package, you're like, Mom, I need to get the MTV.
Yeah.
I need you to upgrade the cable package to get it.
Yeah. Hey, Iron, I'm still working on my RBR thing. Now wait a minute. You gotta sound like you straining or something. He kills me with that shit. VH1. Now VH1, Vivo is the new MTV. I liked it when it was on TV. VH1 to me, I liked it. But MTV was like the king and VH1 was the queen. But then when MTV went in the toilet, VH1 just took its rightful place at the front of the line.
Well, people forget they're both owned by Viacom. VH1 was like a sister company for it used to be like for the older folk. Like that demographic right out of 18 to 30, you go from 35 to 45 or whatever the case may be. Because they used to play a lot of the older music on VH1, and then it kind of just slid in the young stuff, and then it just turned into the shit with the reality shows and all that good stuff, man.
Yeah, that different world, real world, or different world, something world, something world.
A real world. The first one
real
with Heather B and Kevin and the gay guy Pedro. That was a big deal. They had to bring in the HIV AIDS thing. You bring in the guy with HIV who's dying from fucking HIV. They had a husband and he died, and everyone was like, "Oh my fucking god, Pedro died."
Yeah, Pedro died. before
Yeah.
any further, happy Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas, and happy blessed. Yeah, same to you, brother. Same to you, Dave. And yeah, but man, that was but see, I'm from the that's BET After Dark was it. Tip Drill had a run on there. Okay. I'm trying to go through these things. VH1 was for the post college crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. But I still remember, and you're right, the Buggles video, and I hate that song to this day. I never liked that song. Because Sly, a lot of people had never seen their
The artists and
artists
that's
that
right.
they just love so much. I love this song. They love Toto. You know, everybody, I don't care what color you are, whether you rich or poor, urban or suburban. Who didn't like Toto's Africa after a while when it was you in the car and they gonna take a lot to take me away from you. You say, I hear the rains down in Africa, and you like, what are you talking about? What are they talking about? But everybody loved the song. 100 to think you stole my thunder. 120 minutes on MTV was it. That was it. Dude, 120 minutes, the cutting edge, and it was the late night show on MTV where you had Eon Flux on it, the cartoon.
Shit. I know what you're talking about. I forget the name of that series, but yeah. Eon Flux. That's all I ever watched it for, was just for that.
I love that cartoon. I'd stay up late
just to watch.
I was in the army.
Okay.
And you know what I'm saying? No,
Liquid TV, Studio Mansion. Liquid TV.
Yeah. That was it. Yeah, white girls. What are you talking about? But Toto's Africa was an iconic song. It sure was. Okay, another song. Do you know anybody that don't like Land Down Under by Men at Work? Do you know anybody that don't like that song? Just one person.
Yeah,
I don't.
Yeah, look far and wide.
Yeah, I mean, you know, and Eon Flux, you're right. Red said it was his favorite. Dude, Eon Flux I love that show. And but if MTV would have stopped, you know, at the cutting edge, 120 minutes, you know what I mean? The music news, when they have the VJs read, this one got divorced, this one got married.
Kurt Loder and yeah.
And I keep forgetting the chick. Oh, she was real skinny.
I know you're talking about. Yep. And then they had the one brother on there.
Yeah, with the curly hair.
Yep. Yep.
He looked like Clarence. What's his name, to play for Bruce Springsteen. He just wasn't as dark. He was built like him.
Yeah.
But man, he could play that damn set. Man, Bruce Springsteen cried like a girl when he died. He was the E Street man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no diss to everybody else. If he downtown Julie Brown, she was a Brit. She used to kill me with that.
She had the dance show, because remember they brought the dance show. It was like almost like a Soul Train, Solid Gold type of shit. They had the dance show. She would run that. Mm-hmm. And then you had the other guy, Adam Curry. Yeah, when they had the music news, that was cool. But no, go ahead with your
no. Shoot, man, shoot.
No, thank MTV, because we didn't know a lot of songs we thought were black songs. Queen, another one, Bites the Dust. We were like, what the fuck? They're white. Boy George. We're like, what the fuck?
But I knew that, being I'm from Detroit, Rock City. I mean, so I already knew Queen, because I had their things. Yo, MTV Raps, iconic. Yeah. I'm sorry, Headbangers Ball.
Yes,
that got some people in the metal.
Oh my god,
that really like that. But Club MTV. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, that was Downtown Julie Brown show.
Oh,
yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
But man, they had MTV had the world by the tail. Martha Quinn, thank you.
That's her, okay, Martha.
That
Quinn,
was
okay.
her name. MTV had the world by the tail, and I still remember with the intro, the very first night with the spaceman with the and I'm like, this is cool. But remember when David Bowie was being interviewed by MTV,
yeah,
and he got on their ass for not playing black artists?
Yeah.
Like, how come? And the only one that stood up, what like I say, was my man, the Thin White Duke. I love David Bowie.
Yeah.
Oh, and they was, well, we're gonna work. He said, well, wait a minute. He has the #1 album. You know, he has the such and such. He does this. He's known around the world, and you've yet to play him on the. And why is that? But I guess they probably like, shit, didn't see this coming.
Well,
you know what I mean?
And then at one point, Sony had threatened MTV to pull all their artists from the video rotation. And then when Thriller hit, I remember we all had to be home at 7:00 to watch Thriller. And because no one was outside, you know, it's like, oh shit, Thriller comes on at 7:00. Motherfuckers, we in the house watching that shit.
Yeah.
So,
dude,
yeah.
the same thing. I remember when the premiere of the Beat It video. I remember the premiere of Thriller. I remember it. I remember we sitting there. MTV News stole the bass line from Megadeth's Peace Sales, but who's by? I got the album. I got the album. Mustaine ended that. I got the first run pressing. See, because I was already listening to Metallica, so Dave Mustaine wasn't new to me, you know, because I was already listening to Metallica. So as soon as you know, they Peace Sales and Closure of a Dream and all that came out, I just sucked all that up just right off the bat. David Bowie is the only white guy I'll ever give a black card to. Dude, he got, like I say, everybody's like, oh man, you hear this? Metallica who? Oh, come on.
Don't do that.
But the movie Seven.
Yeah.
You know, I tell people the soundtrack, I said, that's David Bowie. That's the Heart's Filthy Lesson. And people like, man, that guy sound. I said, that's David Bowie. They, what? I said, that's David Bowie, the Heart's Filthy Lesson. That was a good movie though too. That was a good movie.
The soundtrack he did for Cat People.
Yeah. I mean, dude, he once they let Michael Jan on, yeah, it was a wrap. Yeah, but everybody, man, look, Man Eater, play something else besides Man Eater. They're so good. Play something else. I mean, now Out of Touch, they can play that all they want because I love that. You're out of touch. I'm out of time. I love that song. But Michael Jackson, but David Bowie, it's a trip that it took the Thin White Duke had to go in the interview and call them out for not playing Michael Jackson, and then it just blew up.
Yeah.
It just blew all the way open. About time CNC Music Factory came around, you couldn't go nowhere without hearing Gun Sweat, dun dun dun, baby. What was that dude? Clive something. The light skinned brother with the beige hair. He died. He died young. He was young.
Yeah.
Was he an offering? I'm not gonna start that. Was he an offering? Run DMC. Yeah.
Oh my God. Walk this way. Jeez.
But the killer part. But they let Beastie. How did Beastie Boys just come in and y'all get MTV Rap Album of the Year, the first rap award ever?
I remember that.
All these freaking black rap groups that's been putting it down way before Beastie Boys. Grandmaster Flash? Are you freaking kidding me?
I remember that, but
Run DMC.
but I remember the impact that first album, the Beastie Boys album. It was unheard. I mean, it was unheard of. Like it was playing everywhere. Brass Monkey, everybody.
I hated that song.
Every party had alcohol. Brass Monkey was being played. People were getting drunk. You know, I'm with you. It shouldn't have won, but I remember how much of an impact that album had.
There was no way that album was better than Run DMC's Raising Hell album at the time. There's no
Raising Hell. We're gonna have to revisit that one.
To rock around, that's right.
I hear you, Nick. I hear you. I'm with you.
That Raising Hell album was lit. It was fire.
I hear you. But when I hear Paul Revere, shit.
I had a little horsey named Paul Revere. Just me and my horsey and a quart of beer. That's right. Yeah, that's right. It's tricky. Man, I'm telling you. That the Raising Hell, because that's the same one that had Walk This Way on it too. That album was fire. That Raising Hell album was hot. It was hot.
I'm in agreement. I am in total agreement. Total.
LL Cool J's album out. What was it then? Walk Like a Panther or something. Walk with a Panther.
Album,
Panther. Because it was the one with the booming system on it.
It was Jingling Baby, right? Walk with a Panther.
Yeah.
That was one of the singles. Yep.
Yeah, Jingling. Go ahead, baby. Jingling, baby. Go ahead, baby. That's it. I think it was a crime against humanity that Run DMC didn't win the first one. Exactly. Whose house? Run's house.
I hear all of y'all. I hear you. All of your, it's all notated. But goddamn, I'm sorry. License to ill, man.
I know.
License to ill, man. Like everybody remembers the cover, the album cover. You remember the plane?
Yeah, the plane. Yeah.
With the logo.
I think they got cheated. Wait a minute. I saw Silly Manilli. Oh no, Milli Vanilli. What's that? They had everybody fooled.
I feel bad for those guys when it all came out. Because they
Jack the Ripper was hot. LL Cool J, that was hot. I got to give it to him.
But here's why I'm not hard on. I don't look bad on Milli Vanilli, because look, CNC Music Factory did the same thing. They had the fat girl in reverse.
But Freedom was singing. He's singing.
You're right.
You just had the chick that's saying "Sweat, baby, let the music take control."
Right. And then you had a lot of artists come out in the later '90s, vocal fibbing to a certain extent. I mean, listen, they just saw an opportunity.
Yeah, but they at least you only had one person in CNC that was singing and wasn't showed. Everybody else was playing. Neither one of them Negroes was singing. Hey, Mark, now you're right. Now I ain't met nobody that don't like. They may say they don't like Walk Like an Egyptian, but when ain't nobody around, they sing, they whistle.
Oh, for sure.
They doing it. They redone, and people like, oh man, that Bangle song, that new song, Hazy Shade of Winter. I said, that's Simon and Garfunkel song, right? Hey, what? I said that song's from 1968. What? Never mind. But they done a good job. They done a damn good job on the song.
It was on a soundtrack with Robert Downey Jr. He played the cokehead.
I thought he was a cokehead in real life.
Well, yeah, but he ended up playing.
What's up, Bun?
I forget the name of that movie. The soundtrack. It's Robert Downey. I think it was Julia Roberts, maybe. And they were kids at this point, but
I didn't know that. I didn't know. Did you know that?
Can't harm me, I can dream about you. I didn't know.
Mm-mm. Wow.
Mm-mm.
I didn't know that. Who still owes me timber?
Which would be a bigger movie. Jeez.
He ain't got Sly. It's a long story. He ain't gonna let it go. That's old news. Let it go. Sly. Okay. Now I think MTV ain't never coming back. I don't think they'll never be able to fix that.
No.
Y'all had a ride. I mean, y'all had the world by the freaking tail. People got to see, put a face to the music. Now, the new cats, I really think that was a good video. Yeah, I Need You Tonight and Mediate, because when you run them together, because on the album they run together, and he does a lot of people don't know, when he's in a mediate, try not to hate, love you mate, black, white, segregate, and he throwing the sign.
That's the card. Yeah, the cards out.
You know where that's from, right?
Uh-uh.
That's from Bob Dylan's Subterranean Homesick Blues.
Okay.
It's a song and it's a video. And it's
Okay.
the same thing, black and white. Bob Dylan, man, get down the trench coat, man, when the trench coat. Hey, look out, man, you better tell your friend. And he doing the same, and he doing the exact same thing.
Gotcha. Okay.
And so they got it from, well, I say, but the thing is, I'm an old cat, so I knew when I saw it, I'm like, Subterranean Homesick Blues. Bruh, what was I gonna say? God dang it. Do you think rap would be what rap was if it wasn't for Yo MTV Raps?
No.
You don't think so?
No, you had Fab Five Freddy, who was legit. He had the cred.
Yeah.
And
people have no idea of the history behind Fab Five Freddy.
he never gets his due, man.
He's in Blondie's video, Rapture. And he's in the Atomic video.
Yeah.
He's the guy with the top hat and everything. That's Fab Five Freddy.
No one's done a proper documentary on him and what he
Somebody
brought to
need
hip-hop.
to.
It
Somebody need to. Yeah, Rap City was good, but Yo MTV Raps.
That was it.
I ain't dissing Rap City. Rap City was cool. But they had EPMD as their music. As a Rap City.
I remember the final episode of Rap City. They brought every MC possible that was relevant in hip hop, for a 16-bar verse, and it was epic. And like I said, you had, 3 guys, Ed and Dr. Dre. They're all certified hip hop aficionados, spokesmen, statesmen, and that's what happens when hip hop goes mainstream. Like, and you introduce this shit to the people on the other side of the planet. There was no looking back. You can't ever put that genie back in the bottle again.
Public Enemy is big in Europe. When the It Take a Nation of Millions album came out, I was stationed in Germany.
Okay.
And you ride, and people ride now. We're in Germany. You like, man, I got a letter from the government the other day. I opened and read it. It said they were suckers. They wanted me, but you like, what the hell? What the hell is going on here? I'm in Bamberg, Germany, and they ride down the street blasting Public Enemy. Public Enemy in Germany.
That's crazy.
But it's rap. Rap is worldwide. A part of me agrees with that. A part of me, they were the crack. They were the crack in the wall.
Mm-hmm.
The crack in the door.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it's just, I look at it like this too, though. You can drop all the drugs on my front door. That don't mean that ain't no excuse for me.
Just go out and
finding
sell
a way to sell it or use it or whatnot. So,
right.
So it actually had to be. Now, did they push it? Yes, but right now, Slive. Let's say they need to start. They start pushing Tchaikovsky and shit tomorrow. You think we gonna have kids in the hood listening to Tchaikovsky?
No, we're too far gone.
We're too far gone. I love Tchaikovsky though. I do. But do it, Alison Krauss. My favorite. I don't have a favorite rap artist. Well, I got a favorite rapper, and that is Rakim Allah. That's period. End of subject. What you say? His name shouldn't even be open for debate. He shouldn't be open for debate. LL shouldn't be open for debate.
Some guys are beyond lists. Some guys are beyond Mount Rushmore. They're constellations. They're guys you just
Uh-huh.
pantheons. You know,
Yeah,
yeah,
I get it. Yeah, and I agree. There is no way in hell that you should have to put Rakim on anybody's list. Period.
right. Mm-hmm.
I'm just you know. I mean, it's certain DJs the same way. It's a handful of DJ. Well, what about Dude, Jazzy Jeff is a given. There's certain DJs that's a given. It's these 4 or 5 guys, and they're over here, and you leave them alone. Well, this guy's better than Grandmaster Flash, but if it wasn't for Flash, he wouldn't exist. Well, he wouldn't exist. You wouldn't exist because you followed him and you followed him, but he came on with Flash. So it's a handful of guys. You just, DJ Premier, Tat Money, Cash Money, whatnot. You stick them off over there and leave them alone.
Mm-hmm.
Let the rest of them fight for themselves.
Yeah.
And that's the way I see it with all of them. Okay, so we're gonna wrap it. All right, the music thing. We know vinyl never went away. It always us vinyl junkies. We ain't never letting go of vinyl. They still pressing vinyl records.
To this day, yeah, collectors.
And,
yeah.
And Flash and Jazzy Jeff. Yeah, they're untouchable. They're untouchable.
Wait. Really? Are they?
Yes.
Why?
I mean, because of the pure fabric of it. Like, okay, look at how many rappers that came after Rakim.
Yeah,
but
okay.
Rakim,
I concede.
People say, well, this guy rap better. Okay, he has a different style, but Rakim is Rakim.
Yeah, to me, Rakim is like,
yeah, Rakim is Rakim. LL cut his teeth. He went from radio on up, and he went through the whole system to walk past. He didn't cut his teeth. His name now. Somebody needs some respect put on their name. You need to put respect on their names on LL and Rakim. Mm-hmm. You need to put respect on their names.
Yeah.
Period. And I said, now with this one, I like this guy. I like it. Yeah. His scratch is got, his. And Marley Marl was another one. The Marley scratch when he came out with that. And I remember when they was fighting, well, not fighting, but between Tat Money and Cash Money, that scratch off, that NYC scratch off. I'm like, they having a scratch off at Rucker Park? They like, what better place to? It's Rucker Park, you know what I'm saying? Scratch off and whatnot. Now, of course, I wasn't going to go to no shit like that because I ain't trying to get stabbed or beat, you know what I mean, or robbed or none of this other stuff. I ain't going to go all the way to damn motherfucking New York just to get stabbed. But hell, I can stay in Detroit and get stabbed. I mean, well, no, in Detroit you get shot. But that's the difference. New York, you get stabbed. Detroit, you get shot. That's Detroit don't stab, they shoot. But bro, I think, like you were saying, I think they dropped the golden egg. The record labels did with the Napster, Bearshare. They dropped the ball.
Yeah, they could have kept that stranglehold on the music for another 10 years easily had they just not overreacted and actually sat down and kind of thought this out. You know, the paradigm wouldn't have shifted the way it did when it did. They could have kept it the old way, the old archaic way for another decade easily had they just kind of just acquiesced here and there and play ball and embrace the technology. So, I mean, because technology, I don't care what industry it is, it's going to force you to capitulate to a certain extent. You know?
Yes, it's going to force your hand. So either you're going to get on the boat or the boat going to leave without you.
Yeah. And
so that one is that. Yeah, I'm a Gen Xer too. Yeah, I'm Gen X. But okay. Hey y'all, here the Sly ain't answered this question yet. Everybody been dodging this question. Big Daddy Kane or BDP? I say Kane won.
Kane? What?
I say Kane won.
I mean, the man was breath control.
Kane was killing it.
Yeah.
That's the only one I've ever watched. I don't care about the other ones. I just wanted to watch them because they were two icons of the industry, and both of them I follow.
Yeah,
I still say Kumo D beat LL Cool J in a battle. What? What?
What was LL's final response to Kumo D?
Jack the Ripper, if I'm not mistaken.
But was it really that hardcore? Because I always thought Kumo D, like, if he didn't beat LL, he kind of walked away like it was a draw. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was always like, okay, he really didn't kill his career. He really didn't make you look like Kumo D can't spit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still say LL lost to Cannabis. I still say that to this day. Like, LL didn't beat Cannabis. Like, he beat him industry wise when they was taking money out of his budget. Wyclef taking money from Cannabis budget, giving it to LL and his A&R. Yeah, industry wise they beat him, but you know, bar for bar on the record.
Wyclef?
Yeah, he was signing Wyclef, and they had a backdoor deal.
Wyclef is shit. How come they ain't do nothing for him about all that money for Haiti that he fucked up? Why? Why is he still walking around with legs? Why does he
ran him out
of legs?
But they ran him out. Remember that last?
Yeah, but he still had his legs.
Well, yeah.
See, you got to do it Detroit style. You ride out on a motherfucking stretcher because you don't have any legs.
Yeah.
That was wrong. And you can't blame that one on the white man. Let them people. You from there? Praz is the brains of the whole thing anyway. A lot of people don't know that. Praz is the brain.
Yeah, he's not a good artist. I mean, I had the solo album. It was okay, but
yeah, but I mean, but so far
as it, putting it all together, then
logistics, organization, making moves, and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
But man, okay, what are we forgetting? Okay, now we got that. All right, we got. See, they got to have a rock one because they have Metallica versus Megadeth. I'm going Megadeth all day.
Wait. Why are you going Megadeth though? Why?
The melody. Listen to. I like Metallica, but they gotta play grunge. It's only they gotta play distort. There's 2 songs that they have that's real good. That's what we call a clean signal. That's the very first Unforgiven.
Yeah. And
he wrote and Bleeding Me from the Reloaded album.
Okay.
Where Megadeth can do both. Megadeth can play clean, and they can play 2-step distort, short delay and all that other stuff. They got a melody. They're melodic. They got a melody.
You're basing it off their performance. Are you picking them because of performance?
Yeah, and I've seen them both live, and I listened to their albums. And now, so far as vocals, to me, it's a toss up between Dave Mustaine and James Hetfield, because I love Metallica. I love Metallica. But as a musician, he did tried to run for president of Haiti. He was gonna rip them. He was gonna gyp them out of everything. I love Metallica, but probably if I didn't play an instrument, I would probably think differently. Okay. Because one thing, and even this guy's a drummer, or this guy's a guitar player, or rhythm guitar player, or this guy's a this, but you still understand, the principle, 4/4, 2/4, 4/4, 4/6. You understand. I ain't like Saint Anger.
I didn't like Saint Anger either.
Like
the
Saint
mix
Anger.
On it was horrible. I hate the mix. They did something different.
Death Magnet, I didn't like it. Saint Anger, I didn't like it.
I didn't like it either. Yeah.
The last Metallica album that I like is Reload.
Okay.
That's the last one. My favorite Metallica is Ride the Lightning. I mean, I'm old school Metallica, but if you ever do a live stream over Metallica versus You Must Have Me On. Oh, because he's gonna bash Metallica. That's all he's gonna do.
Here's my thing, because now I'm looking at it kind of slanted. I'm looking at overall impact musically.
Impact, yes, it's Metallica.
But I'll give you Megadeth are better musicians. I'll give you that. I would say had the original bassist not died, that was the game changer. That changed their sound, I believe. Had Dude not died, we're not having this discussion. I don't think so.
Yeah,
but
man, my first and the funny and goddamn it, Sly. Now I gotta capitulate because my very first YouTube video I uploaded myself on my very first number 0001 was a video about this Eloise Mental Asylum in Michigan.
Okay.
And it's horrible past. It's gruesome past. First and Midwest, frontal lobotomies and people living outside and tuberculosis part for the people with TB, but it didn't get built for years later, so they made put the people with TB in the barn with the animals on the top floor and all. It's right outside Detroit. Eloise is so big it has its own zip code.
Wow.
When you look at the aerial photo, I got 3 cousins that used to work there before they closed it down. They work, they just linen or, laundry or, maintenance, whatever. The place is so big. And when it gets so big, you will collapse under your own weight because people see it as a business. You know what I'm saying? Somebody got to supply food, right? Somebody got to supply air conditioning work. Somebody got to supply, you know what I'm saying? And so now it ain't about the care of the patient anymore. It's a business. And Eloise was the first for a whole bunch of things, and it's in Michigan. It's right outside. I used to drive past it every day. Well, not every day, a lot when I go somewhere with Dad. And I put the video to Metallica's Welcome Home Sanitarium.
Okay.
And so got the pictures and the ones that died and the ones that there's because there's poor. Look at this, the treatment that went horribly wrong. People stacked up, and I got that. That's my very, 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 very first video.
Okay.
And it has Metallica music. Ain't that something?
There's your debate right there.
But I like Megadeth.
You didn't use a Megadeth song though.
Well, they ain't had nothing about the mental. They ain't have nothing about a mental asylum. That's what I was doing the video on. I can't do Foreclosure of a Dream, and they like it. Anything you want to add, bruh?
No, man. Just thank you for hanging out. Man, let me hang out with you. Yeah.
Oh shoot, man. Hell,
we gotta do more of these.
Disposable Heroes is Disposable Heroes is good, but I'm telling you, Welcome Home and Fade to Black. Man, Fade to Black. James, he set himself on fire.
Hey, burn the pyrotechnics.
Burn him up. Yeah, with the pyrotechnics. And then, what's up, Clutch? Brother Clutch. And he burned even. I'm not even touching Metallica, but who would win between Megadeth? See, that's a tough one because I love Iron Maiden.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Iron Maiden.
When Bruce Dickinson, Paul Di'Anno, I love Paul Di'Anno because some of the best, the first 2 Metallica, Iron Maiden albums, people sleep on them first 2 albums.
Yeah, they
sleep on them, man. But don't get me started. But then Bruce Dickinson, which is great. But then when he left, I was done with Iron Maiden. He came back, you know what I mean? But I stopped at Power Slave and Son of Seventh Son. That's where I cut off at Iron Maiden, and I worked my way down. Now, of course, Peace of Mind and Number of the Beast, them two are always going to be, you know what I mean, all with knowledge, reckon, understanding, the number of the beast. For it is a human number. Its number is 666.
Yeah.
Yep, you're right. Yeah, Sweating Bullets is about mental illness. You're right. But me and you know that zero, but most people Me and you know that, because he talking to you. Hello, me, meet the real man and my misfits way of life. A dark black past is my most valued possession. Y'all ain't think I knew it, did you? Hindsight is always 2020. Looking back is still a bit fuzzy. Dude, I'm telling you, I know Megadeth inside and out. He said Megadeth fuck Iron Maiden. No, come on, man. Pompous Poppy Breeding Rock Princess. What the fuck? Uh-oh.
Hey, look, it's the white man slave. Look at that guy. How much cotton did you pick today? How many bags of cotton, or how many tears of cotton did you pick today? Truth. I was just watching Django the other night. I thought about Truth.
Candy, who's that nigga on that nag? Now you, what did he say? Did you eat thumbtacks for breakfast this morning or something? Flag this video. What the fuck, man? Look. Oh, hey, but that's all I got. Look, Iron Maiden, Megadeth. I can take either one.
1A, 1B.
Yeah, I won't argue either way. Judas Priest, same way. Everything from when Rob Halford left on down. I mean, British Steel, Screaming for Vengeance, Rock-a-Rolla. Oh my God,
Rock-a-Rolla is one of my favorite.
Oh God, man, that album is bad. Look, my Never Satisfied is one of my favorite songs on the planet. Period, of any genre. Judas Priest. Do I get an N-word pass? You stupid. Oh man. But this I could take either one of them. Either one of Iron Maiden, Judas Priest. I've seen them all live. Megadeth, Metallica. I've seen them all live.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen them all live. I've only seen Judas Priest twice.
Okay.
That's it. But the rest of them I didn't seen. I went to Monsters of Rock and I saw Monsters of Rock in Europe twice.
Yeah, that was a huge tour. I remember that.
Because he loved nachos. That's why he wanted his N-word pass. I really need some rock recommendations. Well, I mean, what form of, I can, if you go to my channel, my Nick's Tunes channel, it's all in there. But it depends. What? What? Dude, you're gonna make me come to Iowa. I know what Iowa is. Dude, man, Rock-a-Rolla is the Sad Wings of Destiny and Rock-a-Rolla, then British Steel. Then I'll go to British Steel. But them two right there is dropping jewels Star Show. Yeah. he on somebody's stuff kicking up dust. Who is Star?
Oh, Star from Star and Buck Wild. I believe that's Troy Terrain.
I have no idea who that is. I have no idea, but man, but you can go there. I mean, you talking because all rock ain't the same. You got contemporary rock, then you just got regular rock and roll, then you got heavy metal, then speed metal, death metal. I got all that. So that's right. You did tell me you did go to North Dakota. Now I ain't been to North Dakota before, and I ain't looking forward to. But hey, CC, what's going on? But we about ready to get out of here because I'm. Somebody got to go. Somebody got another truck down. The big ECM then gone out on the truck. Got to pull damn ECM. Had to order another one that's supposed to be in Monday. It's only $2,200 for a damn ECM. Still got to pull it off. Get it. Got it programmed and all this other stuff. Of course, 3 months after I done paid the truck off, the ECM goes out, right?
Yeah, I remember your comment saying how much you had to pay for gas. So yeah. I'm gonna stop complaining, but
dude, I ain't even totaled up the ticket. But this week was a slow week, and I got 2 trucks down. So, okay. But here's lately, I break. I mean, by close of business Thursday, I'm breaking 5,000 for the week.
So every time I fill up my tank, I'm like, you know what? I don't have Nick problems. It's
You
good.
don't.
Let me go ahead and drop the $57 to fill it all the way up. Stop complaining because I don't have Nick Taylor.
Yeah, that
problems.
Air Force. There was a missile, and they used to run the bomber wing out of Minot Air Force, out of Minot. Later, D, be cool, be safe, man. And all right, y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna leave this up. I ain't put because we ain't have Mr. Patreon, so it didn't go in the toilet. So everything is okay.
Hey, did you monetize your channel yet? Is it monetized?
No.
So you're not going to, or it's under review, or?
I don't know. Well, I was gonna do the my Roman numeral 4 channel.
Oh, okay.
That was my plan because I got the 2 strikes on this channel.
That
don't expire until January. So man, they something else, man.
It's a dirty game.
It's a cold game.
Yeah.
Like Scarface said, it's a cold game. But that's okay. There's another one. Ghetto Boy. Scarface. Okay, Scarface or Willie D. Yeah.
Scarface.
Yeah, me too. Because Willie D to me can't rap. Scarface was carrying his ass.
I know he was so
him.
country. Like he wasn't even trying to not sound.
I mean, Andre sound country, but he can rap.
I mean, it's like nigga country in this country.
Oh, okay.
Like Willie D was on some.
Andre, I take Andre over Big Boy
all day.
I will.
But
I ain't dissing Big Boy.
Big Boy, for until Andre became where Big Boy had to carry. Someone had to carry the heavy load because those first 2 albums, it was Big Boy. Andre was not where he.
Southern Playalistic. It was Big Boy.
Yeah.
But when he came in later on,
it's like shit.
when he started coming, I'm like, man, me and the girl in the rap like no stars, windows tinted darkly so no one knows who we are.
So it's like, because I asked, like, has he been dumbing himself down this whole time? Then he just decided to show his true penmanship. Because I was like, you just don't go like this overnight to sign. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Like.
When he went with the elevators, like when got stopped in the mall. Went to the mall the other day. Got stopped in the mall on the way. Where some nigga came from.
Yeah.
Some nigga was saying something, talking about, hey man, remember me from school? No, not really. But he kept smiling like a clown, facial expression looking silly, and I was like, wait,
run that back.
And he kept asking, I know what kind of car you drive. I know you paid. I know you got bukus or bufos from all them songs that you done made. I'm like, but then Sly Park come in because Sly said, but I talked to y'all. They say, if you don't move your, say, I live by the beat. What he say? Oh, I live by the beat. Like what he say? Like you live check to check. You don't move your feet, then I don't eat. So we like neck to neck. I didn't understand, but I guess I get it now. Okay, I'm rapping, but I ain't eating good. The label is.
Yeah.
And Sly said, sing it again. And I'm like, Sly, cut him some slack. I ain't cutting him nothing. Sing it again. Damn fucking A&R man. I know this sucker from the suburbs. Who that? I don't know. But anyway, hey y'all, we out of here. We appreciate all y'all coming. Everybody, Aquemini. No, it ain't. Aquemini ain't nothing. What's the last song with Big Rube in it? Liberation.
Okay.
With what's his name from Goody Mob?
CeeLo.
CeeLo.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a fine line between love and hate, and Big Rube do the thing at the end.
Yeah, yep.
Big Rube looked like he'd been to the pen a couple of times. I seen him in real life. Big Rube don't look like. You see how big he is, and he got that, and he got the fork, got the. I'm like, oh shit, folks up, because I'm waiting to see folks up or folks down. No, he folks up. And he big. He got the right name. Big Rube. Yeah, big. Yeah. That's a big old dude. I ain't messing with him. But all right, y'all. We out of here. Appreciate everybody. I'm gonna leave this up. You can hit up my Nick's tunes where you can see all kind of. I got a few hundred songs up over there, but I got everything. It ain't all rock. It's new wave and dance and whatnot. And I gotta put the what's them ones over there, the London beat. I gotta put that on. I've been thinking about you.
Oh, okay.
Have you? All right, y'all. I'm gonna be petty and we out. Sly, have you seen the video? I know you've seen the video. Not the TV release video, the extended version of the video.
No.
There's nothing salacious in it, no nudity or nothing like that. It didn't have to be. I'll send you the link.
Okay, please do that. Please do that. I appreciate that.
As soon as we get, but you're gonna catch yourself. I'm listening to the song, but then you watch it on the screen, but it goes too fast. Some of them, I'm like, okay, I'll send you the link.
Okay, do that.
All right, y'all be good. Peace. Bye.